Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the CrossFit Edwardsville Community Podcast, where we get to meet and learn from our CFE coaches. We also get to learn a little bit more about our local CFE CrossFitters, and we get to meet and learn from our locally owned Glen Ed business owners and some of the characters behind them. I'm your co-host, Dallas Amson, founder of the Men of Faith and Fire Movement, podcast of the same name. Great to have you here. I get the opportunity. This is kind of part two of some knowledge categories that we've been talking about, but we get to talk again with Coach Greg G. Skelly, also known as Coach G. He is the CFE CEO. He's the general manager, and he's part of the coaching team here at CrossFit. So, Coach G. Skell, what's up, my man?
I have ventured into the deep end and decided to go no sleeves for the podcast today.
You look great. If anybody should go no sleeves, it's you, for sure.
I've been working hard on this tan, I'll have you know. It took a long time to get this far.
Someone said to me the other day.
I fully admit it. Still a work in progress, but I'm trying my darndest here.
You know what? I was at a pool for 4 hours the other day, and someone said to me afterwards, "Why is it you don't look like you've been in the sun?" And I got to wear those big hats, those big brim hats, because of the shaved head and all of that. So I don't get the opportunity to be fully uncovered when you're out.
I think you could if you just did like 10 minutes a day.
That's all I do that.
Yeah, 10
this
minutes
is what 10 minutes a day,
and that's like it. Because like 10 minutes is enough to give you the vitamin D shot, the energy shot, a little bit of color in the skin, but not enough to create some kind of cancer problem down the line.
Well, and we all want to avoid that. So I was saying earlier, this is kind of a part two. Last time in the last episode. Well, actually, you know what? Before I do that, I need to talk about the sleeveless one more time here. So, everybody, if you are interested in having a gun show of your own, this is actually one of the newest offerings from the CFE shop. Is the sleeveless CrossFit Edwardsville t-shirt. It's summertime, and it's way better than a sweatshirt to work out in here during the summer. So you can actually check that out at the shop at CrossFitEdwardsville.com. How about that for a unprepared
plug? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right?
For those of us who are audio only, CrossFitEdwardsville.com/shop.
Yep,
where you can find it. I'm actually rocking the CFE weightlifting club.
Nice
shirt.
Very cool.
A logo throwback from yesteryear, but this is super comfortable.
That is a little bit of a throwback, isn't it?
It is. And if you are fortunate enough to be able to wear short sleeves, this is definitely the time of year to be doing it, because it is hot as all get out outside.
Do you mean fortunate enough in that you have a job or can work out at a gym that you can do that, or fortunate enough in that cut off sleeves are a privilege and not a right?
Probably both. Like I am fairly fortunate that I have a job where I can wear sweatpants and hoodies and t-shirts and tanks, and I'm usually pretty comfortable. But I don't take that gift for granted. I recognize, because I've been in the corporate world where I had to wear all of the button downs no matter how hot it was outside.
Yep.
I don't miss that part.
No, for sure. No, I know that feeling as well. So last time we talked together, we actually talked about kind of three knowledge categories when it came to people's nutrition and their need for nutrition coaching. People who think they know what to do, but they need the accountability. People who don't really know what to do, and so they need the guidance and the clarity. And then the third category was people who think they really do know what they should do, but it's just not working. They're not seeing the results. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit more about three other groups, which is people joining CrossFit or joining a gym. They really have three outcomes they want to come up with. So 3 outcome categories is what we're looking for. So G, go ahead and kind of lead us in here. Tell us a little bit about those outcomes.
Yeah, so the 3 most common categories, what brings people to CrossFit Edwardsville, what brings them to our nutrition program, whatever, they either want to look better, they want to feel better, or they want to improve their abilities / improve their performance in some category of life. So looking better, feeling better, performing better.
Yeah.
And in fact, like, we've recognized that these 3 categories are so important to the people that we work with that we've actually made it part of our mission statement.
Yeah.
The mission statement at CrossFit Edwardsville is that we provide the most exciting, most effective gym experience for our clients so they look their best, feel their best, and perform their best in all areas of life.
I
And
will
today,
insert here. I will insert here that there are people in the gym that will say not just look better, feel better, perform better, but it's actually they'll say look better naked. I'll be like, I just want to
sure,
look better in my clothes first.
yeah.
Let's go with that first. Not everybody has to see the naked part.
So all of these are probably important. Like one of these at least is important to you in some way. And
Yeah,
we want to do in this podcast is kind of just outline for each of these categories, like what's that look like? Or,
right.
what are some examples of things that might be drawing you to CrossFit Edwardsville?
Yeah,
Which of these categories resonates with you? Because the chances are there's at least one of these, maybe multiple. Oftentimes there's multiple. People will say, you know what? Now that I hear about these three categories, I want all of those things.
right.
And if that's okay, that's fine. We encourage you to be greedy as far as that goes.
Yeah. If
Because you can't have all three. You can't have all three. But what are those three?
yeah,
That's what this podcast is about today.
perfect. So let's go ahead and break them down. Let's start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start. I believe Maria told me that in The Sound of Music. But tell us more about category one, the people whose desire is to look better.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're aspiring to a gym thing, or the reason that you lift weights, the reason that you run, the reason that you do the elliptical is because you want, if you're a woman, you want your hips, your thighs, your stomach to look some kind of way. You're trying to get to where your arms don't jiggle. You don't have the underarm jiggle thing.
Yeah, yeah,
If you're a guy, you want your chest, your arms, your stomach to look some kind of way. You try to take the spare tire off of your midsection,
yeah,
right? You want to look some kind of way when you take your shirt off. If you're a woman, you
yeah,
want to look some kind of way when you're in that dress at that party, at that reunion, or you want to look some kind of way when you're in your bathing suit, when you're poolside this summer, or when you're on a boat this summer. So achieving some kind of physical aesthetic, a look, a
yeah,
physique.
yeah.
That's the first category. And
I'll insert here real fast too, because we were just around Father's Day, and I saw a meme the other day that said, "I don't prefer the term dad bod. I prefer father figure."
I like that.
But yeah, you're right. I don't, the dad bod doesn't serve a lot of people, and everybody, you go, oh my gosh, so many of us have that. And so the idea of
Yeah.
looking better, it's more powerful too. When you walk into a room, you can tell the
Yeah.
people who are fitter, faster, and stronger.
Yeah. I love that. In the Unleash the Power Within,
Yeah.
Tony Robbins used this example. He is like, I can look across the room. I know which of you guys out there have a ritual of exercising 5 times a week. It's obvious,
Yeah.
right? And this is not just superficial, right? This is how people perceive you. That is
Right.
a very real thing.
Yeah.
And if you actually are in terrible shape and you know it, there's a chance that chances are there's a part of you that chips away at your confidence.
Yeah.
It chips away at how you feel, how you interact with others, because you have that little bit of self-doubt.
Yeah.
And this is, maybe like getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, because feeling better is category 2. But
Sure.
to live your best life, you probably want to look your best. You want to look awesome. You want to look a way that makes you proud of how you look.
Yeah. Well, you walk in with your shoulders up a little bit. You walk in a little taller. You walk into a room more confidently. And people actually gravitate toward that a little bit more too. So when you look better, you also get better results, whether it's in your business, in any room you're in. People look at you as like, oh, that's a leader. At least that's someone who is powerful enough to lead themselves. So I
Which
can
is a
trust
really
that they'll
important
lead
thing.
me. Right. Yeah, absolutely.
You
So it
gotta lead
actually,
yourself first.
yeah, looking better definitely, it has an effect in every area of your life, including your business.
I think there's actual data on this now that shows that people are more likely to be promoted at their jobs if they're within like a certain BMI range versus
Okay.
above that BMI range.
Interesting.
There's actual data on this now. Is it fair? No, it is not fair.
And we're not talking
right?
fat shaming here. This is not what that is. It's just
it's again not a value judgment on anybody,
right.
but Isn't that interesting, though,
Yeah.
that part of your job prospects are how you look, the physical being that you project, right? It's not fair.
Right.
It's not fair. That's not saying it should or shouldn't be that way. It's just if that is the case, if the data actually shows that,
Yeah.
for us, as if you're a very career driven, professionally oriented career man
Yeah.
or woman, since almost all of our CrossFitter females are also professionals, like this matters in your job prospects. Like you
Yeah.
want to look your best.
I,
Plus, you want to look good for your kids because
right.
they're looking up to you. You're setting an example. If you're a father, you're setting an example. What does a man look like? If
Yep.
you're a woman, what does a mother look like?
Yeah.
You're setting the stage. You're setting their expectations for the future.
For sure. I know I do have to insert a joke here from a moment ago. In the business world, I will also say that that the studies are showing that people actually tend to want to work with bald men more as well. They think bald men are more powerful. So I will say that just as a quick insert and a quick aside. But when it comes to my kids too, when I'm looking better, they'll actually, my boys, I have 3 boys, for those of you who don't know, 11, 8, and 4. And they'll be like, Dad, you look really strong today. Or Dad, look at those arms. And that helps me,
Yeah,
and I still have the father figure element going on in some ways. I'm working on it, but when they see me walking in and I'm in a shirt that fits well, looks good, I'm coming in powerfully into the room, and they'll be like, Dad, your muscles look huge, your shoulders look big, which is
I
a
think
great feeling.
I think every dad at a deep soul level wants to be their kid's superhero. You
Oh
know
yeah.
what I mean? I think you want your kids to look at you like they're so strong.
Yep.
My dad is amazing.
Yep.
I think that every father
Keep talking.
wants that. I can't speak for the women of the audience on that topic because I'm not a woman. I
So
figure that for women, it's probably something similar as well.
So I can, for those of you watching, you'll get to see this, but for those of you on the audio, I'm just going to describe it to you, because sitting right here on the shelf here was one of my sons gave me last year for Father's Day, was a Super Dad trophy with a cape on it. Because
Yeah,
and it's exactly, I want to be the superhero for them. So yeah, there it is, Super Dad, and it's cheapest Father's Day gift ever, but it's still sitting on my bookshelf.
how timely. So, if anybody who's like watching this podcast right now or listening to this podcast now, Father's Day is coming up. So, if you haven't got something for your dad yet, this is the time to do it.
I'm pretty sure this came from the Dollar Tree.
There's your life hack for the day. If you want to give
There
your
you
dad
go.
a super dad trophy with a
so
Dollar
so
Tree.
we've got to look better when it comes to entering a room, being powerful. We've got to look better as a parent, and then also look better as a spouse. That's a big part of this too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think that there's a piece of all of us. Like again, almost all of us here, CrossFitters, are all married.
Yeah.
There's probably a piece of you that deeply, deeply desires to be desirable to your significant other. Like
Sure.
you want them to continue to find you attractive and actually doing the things that it takes to look your best so you can give the best gift to your spouse.
Yeah.
We take you back to that wedding day where you're so in love and you commit now, always, and forever in health and sickness, through thick and thin. We're in this together. And those are like trying to like capture that mind space, like you would do anything for them. Today is a day where you can do something to give them that best gift, to
Yeah.
look your best so that they get that gift from you.
Yeah. Absolutely. So again, we're talking kind of some of the outcomes people desire when they do this. Category 1, look better. We've got feel better and perform better. So we've already kind of been leaning into feel better a little bit, but let's go ahead and talk about category 2 here. G, tell us. I'll say when you look better too, when you got less girth, you actually, things fit better too. Your clothes actually feel better. So I'll just say that, I like to have a little bit of extra give in the clothing, or to look more slim and fit in clothing. So that's a feel better part. But talk to us a little bit more about the second category, if the outcome they desire is to feel better.
So we hear this a lot amongst people that are coming into CrossFit for the first time. Man, I just want to feel better because I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. I'm tired of feeling tired all the time. And, I don't feel good about me because, I can tell I've kind of let myself go. I've kind of backslidden in the past couple months, couple years, couple decades, whatever it is. And I'm just not my best self right now. I know that for me, like this is starting to negatively affect my relationship with myself. I just
Yeah.
don't feel
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
My energy goes up, my energy comes down. My sense of self, my self-esteem has taken a major hit in the last few years. And I just want to feel more energy. I want to feel that joy for life
Yeah.
again. I want to feel good in my own skin, comfortable in my own skin. I don't want to feel self conscious if I take my shirt off at the pool party or
Yeah.
when I'm out on a boat with my friends. I don't want to feel nervous. I don't want to. I don't want to feel bad or negative. I don't want to hate what I see when I look in the mirror in the morning.
Yeah.
I want to like me. I want to feel good about me. Category 2, feeling better, confidence, self-esteem, like
Yeah.
the the way that you feel is a big part of your emotional health, which
Yeah.
is one of the biggest parts of your quality of life.
Yeah.
And chances are, like if you're coming across Revgil for the first time, there's probably a part of what brings you here is you just want to feel better in
Yeah.
one of these ways. There's
Yeah.
something inside of you like I need to feel something different.
Yeah. Well, and two, just the idea of feeling better, there's so much physical stuff there, and that confidence you were talking about, the chemical releases you get from
Oh yeah.
from the serotonin that you get, all of that, you feel more calm, you feel more happy, you feel more at peace. The dopamine you get, where you feel energized and excited, you hit the targets, you got the score, you made it under the time cap, whatever it might be, and you walk out being like, oh, and I actually outscored Patrick Cloud by 2.5 seconds. That's awesome, or whatever it might be. I don't know anybody who measures their performance against Patrick Cloud in our company, or at our gym, but that's me, by the way, in case anybody's
Yeah.
listening. But the idea
Shout
here
out to
is
Cloud.
yeah, shout out to Cloud. So the idea here though is you get all of these other positive mental health things. And for those of you who don't know, my previous podcast was called Defeating Depression. And there's a reason I hosted a show called Defeating Depression, because my mental health was not where it could be. So one of the things that CrossFit, when I did have that conversation, when I first showed up at CFE 2 years ago now, it was, I want to feel better mentally. I want to defeat this depression, and the food wasn't doing it. The sedation wasn't doing it. None of that stuff. So this helped get the serotonin levels up, the dopamine. It dropped the cortisol levels for me. It dropped some of those stressors. So that's a part of feeling better too, is actually the mental side of this game.
It's a huge part of this. And I'm gonna and I'll share part of like what exercise does for me that I think a lot of people like this is probably you're gonna probably relate to this. So uh, I find there is no better anti-anxiety experience than finishing a physically rigorous workout. Like all
Yeah.
of a sudden, all the stress, all the anxiety just kind of melts away.
Yeah.
You immediately feel 1,000 times better. And it is because like you get this rush of positive hormones,
Yeah.
like positive, like the dopamine hit you talk about, the serotonin, the oxytocin, like
Yeah.
here in CrossFit, when you're sharing this experience with others, you also get the oxytocin, the
Yeah. I didn't mention
shared
that one.
experience with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like at a hormone level, everything is better. And like as a man, like your testosterone levels
Yep.
are better when you're doing challenging compound exercises with intensity. And I
Yeah.
can tell you what, like, so as an entrepreneur, I think that anxiety is like it is, number two, number three on the like what's the
Of the
common
mental
qualities.
of the common qualities. So yeah,
Yeah,
it shows that various studies show anywhere from 5 out of 10 up to 7 out of 10 entrepreneurs and small business owners deal with anxiety. I can tell you that
Yeah.
when I did a survey for my Defeating Depression podcast, I ended up surveying about 350 some odd people, and almost 70% of them listed anxiety as one of their biggest indicators.
Yeah. And so, like, as an entrepreneur, you're always thinking next step, thinking ahead. And anxiety is that disease of the future
Yep.
focused, the future thinking person. And I can definitively say that having my eating dialed in, showing up and doing rigorous physical workouts, even when I don't feel like it, nothing brings more peace and
Yeah.
calm to my soul. Like, all of a sudden, I feel recentered. I
Yeah.
feel the stress, the anxiety. First, the stress and anxiety is dramatically less, but then also, I feel like I am more stress tolerant, more resilient the
Sure.
rest of the day. Like, the anxiety bullets that are coming flying at us
Right.
as,
You're like
as
Neo
men,
in the
as
Matrix.
fathers, as husbands. We feel like, we got the arrows of the enemy flying at us all day long. I just feel like my armor is stronger,
Yeah.
and I take fewer hits, and the hits that I take are less effective
Yeah.
when I have these physical pieces in
Yep.
place.
100%.
It's one of the best things I ever do for my emotional health is eating right, doing CrossFit.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too, and I'll admittedly say it. There's a lot of times. I mean, I had a do not finish on the time cap on Monday, just a couple of days ago, and you think to yourself at first, it kind of frustrates you. You're like, "Dag nabbit, that was within range," I
Yeah.
and I didn't hit the time cap, and so there are times that you actually at a workout will fail, or
Oh,
you
sure.
you miss that lift, whatever it might be, you will fail, but because you failed at CrossFit, you will actually be able to succeed the rest of your day because you still did something that most people did not do that morning.
Yeah.
You
Well, not
faced
just that.
failure and you
So
failed forward.
there are a lot of guys I listen to on a regular basis for, different to get myself in state for
Yeah,
certain activities.
yeah,
One of the ones I listen to a lot is Tim Kennedy, who's an American hero, a UFC fighter, mixed martial artist, retired now, but
yeah.
Green Beret, um, sniper. He founded the Sheepdog
Hmm.
Response Academy for law enforcement, first responders, people that want to be able to defend their home, their family in a bad situation. Like, so
Yeah,
all in all, he's a very aggressive, very very aggressive guy. Like, super super like type A.
yeah.
But one of the things that he preaches is fail fast, fail as
Mm,
fast as possible, hurry up and fail is the way that he puts it. It says that the minute you fail is the minute you start learning. So
yeah,
hurry up and start failing, because then you start learning something.
yeah.
Now, it puts it in context here, right? I find that a challenging workout simplifies the entire world. Like, in the
Mm.
middle of a Metcon, I'm actually not thinking about, you know,
All
how
the
am I
other
going to
things.
discipline my child for that
Right,
misbehavior? I'm
right.
not thinking about this meeting I have. All I'm thinking about is the next 5 reps of these thrusters.
Yep.
All I'm thinking about is this next 400-meter run, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
It simplifies life, and it makes it where, like, because I know, we push ourselves, in these workouts, we're going to fail.
Yeah.
I find that the regular intentional exposure to things that allow me to fail makes me less scared of failure.
For sure.
I I fear less because I regularly allow myself. I will go to the gym. I'll try and get 5 rounds of a thing. I'll get 4.
Yeah.
That failure is valuable because it teaches you, even in a worst case scenario, even if you fail, it's not that bad. It's
No,
not that bad. It
no.
inoculates you to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
In a sense, experiencing that failure is the success,
Right.
because you showed up anyway. You didn't let fear
Yep.
stop you. You did the thing anyway. And now you got the endorphin rush wave to ride the entire rest of the day. You feel
100%.
fantastic. You feel incredible the rest of the day
Yeah.
because, hey, I did that. I got my sweat on. I
Right.
high fived some fun people. I lifted some things. I'm feeling pretty strong, even though whatever, right?
Yeah.
it's such a great thing for emotional health.
And I do have to say too, I'm so glad that we're back to high-fiving and fist bumping.
Yeah, man.
It's so
Me
great
too.
to not have to be as distanced from everybody. And actually, man, great workout. Boom, fist bumping people from not 6 feet away. That's awesome. Um,
Yes.
so we've got, again, let's go back to our categories here, everybody. The outcomes that everybody's thinking of is either to look better, to feel better, or to perform better. And we've kind of said a few of these things already, but the idea of performing better in your business, in your life, in your day, all of that, even athletically. Gee, talk to us a little bit about the idea of performing better and some of what you hear from people.
Yeah, and I must admit, like we've to some extent we've kind of struggled with the verbiage of this last part
I like
because
it.
we say perform better. Some people totally get it, some don't.
Yeah.
So, for example, there we talk about perform better. For some people, it is I want to be able to do a Spartan race. I want to have the physical skills that it takes to do a Spartan race. I don't have that now. I want to get to there. I want to get to where I can do that. I want to be able to do a pull up. I can't do a pull up now. I want to be able to do
Right.
a pull up. I want to be able to run a mile straight through, not stopping.
Right.
I want to deadlift 500 pounds. My deadlift has been stuck at 380 forever. I want to get to 500 pounds.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I want to be able to, I don't know, climb Mount Everest, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right. So like some kind of physical skill set is a piece of this. I want to be able to, do full push-ups. I need to be able to do 60 push-ups in 2 minutes for the ACFT. I got this coming up down the pipeline. We have a lot of people that are prepping for the ACFT anymore, by the way, since now it's more and more CrossFit-like.
Sure.
The ACFT is. We have a lot of people that we are specifically preparing for the Army Combat Fitness Test. And shout out, by the way, if that's you, if you are about to ship off to basic training or some branch of the armed services and need help with that, reach out to us. We can help with that. But when we talk about performing better, it's not just what you can do in the gym, not just what you can do in the ACFT.
Right.
You can also kind of look at it like this. Do you want to live life with no physical limitation? For example, if your kids want to go out and play soccer in the field, does that scare you? Are you scared when your kids say, hey, let's go out and throw a ball around?
Yeah.
Are you scared? You don't have the energy for that. I can't keep up. I'm going to be embarrassed when my kids see me get tired when I'm trying to jog alongside them. Right? Are you scared to go to Six Flags with your kids because you're worried I won't be able to walk all day, or I'm going to need 4 days to recover from that? Right. I'm worried that when I play basketball with my kids, that they're going to beat me and they're never going to let me hear the end of it.
Yeah.
Or like if my friends go on a bike ride, I want to be able to go on a bike ride with my friends and not be scared that I'm going to be the one slowing them
the laggard.
down.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want to be the laggard. Yeah. So like do you have the physical strength, stamina, endurance, whatever it is that it takes to live life with no limitation?
For sure.
For so many of us, that is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be in my 70s, my 80s, in a convalescent home, attached to tubes, confined to 2 wheels and a seat because I've lost all of my capacity. I cannot take care of myself anymore. Do you fear the loss of your independence? Are you worried that as you age, you'll be able to take care of yourself?
Yeah.
My kids are going to have to bring me food. They're going to have to wipe my bottom because I can't take care of myself. Does that scare you? Then performing better might be your category.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll even, again, throw this one back in. Performing better throughout even just an individual day at work. Having the sharpest mind, having the clearest brain, having the most energy from meeting to meeting to meeting, from call to call to call, from sale to sale to sale, from couple people, from surgery to surgery, from patient to patient, whatever it might be. Being able to perform better is also having the mental and physical clarity to perform at your optimum best as a corporate athlete, not just as a physical athlete. So that's a very important part of the perform better as well. And again, I know I talked about the mental side of it a little bit ago, but for me also, it was that midday slump. I don't want to be tired at 3 p.m. So what do I need to do to get over that? So that's part of part of that perform better as well.
It takes extraordinary physical energy for most people to do the things they want to do in life.
Mm,
I want to wake up with energy.
yeah.
I want to kick butt at my place of work.
Yeah.
I want to come home and still have energy left over to give my wife, my kids, my husband, whatever the case is for you, right?
Yep.
You don't want to peter out too early at the end of the day, right? It takes
Right.
a lot of energy and stamina and endurance to really live your best life on all fronts, to
Yeah.
have the cognitive capacity to think things quickly, make quick decisions in
Yeah.
intense situations.
For sure. For
And
sure.
you
Yeah.
can't have an optimized cognitive life without an optimized physical one as well.
100%. 100%. That's good. So, so again, everybody, as you're thinking through this, if you're listening to us on audio or watching us on YouTube, and you're thinking, yeah, I'm currently in the CFE community or in a CrossFit community, and I don't feel like I'm either looking better or feeling better or performing better yet. We want you to talk with a coach. If you're sitting outside of the CFE community right now and you're interested in more information about this, because one of these things resonated with you, and you think, oh, I need to feel better. Oh, I need to look better. Oh, I need to perform better, or all three. We
Or all
want you to
three.
be able to reach out to us. So, G, tell us again, if you're in the community already, go and elbow a coach, tap your accountability coach that you regularly
Yes.
are checking in with, and just go, look, I heard this episode, I want to focus on performing better. They'll give you a roadmap. But
Yep.
if you're new to the community, kind of give us some places and ideas that they can hit us up and check us out.
The low hanging fruit is go and find us online. Google
Old Google
CrossFit
machine.
Edwardsville. Yeah, go to the Google machine, Google CrossFit Edwardsville, read our Google reviews, read our Facebook reviews, find us on Instagram at CrossFit Edwardsville. Check us out there. We got photos, videos, profiles, all kind of cool stuff, before and after transformations,
Yeah.
videos of people doing cool things. And once you feel like you've exhausted those possibilities, at our website, CrossFitEdwardsville.com, we've got audiobooks, ebooks, podcasts, all kinds of fun stuff. Obviously, on our YouTube, also have the video versions of our podcast as well. Our podcast will also soon be findable wherever you go for podcasts. So you can learn more, do a deeper dive to get a better idea of what the feel, the flavor, the culture is really like. When you're ready, at CrossFitEdwardsville.com, book a no sweat conversation with a coach. It's a low key phone call conversation with one of the team here,
Yeah.
and they'll help you to identify, what does your CrossFit journey look like? What does your first class experience look like? And we'll take it from there.
Awesome. So again, everybody, that's CrossFitEdwardsville.com, or Instagram and Facebook at CrossFit Edwardsville. And we would love to have you there. Love to have you come and be a part of the community. Gee, I'm always grateful for the time we get to spend together, my friend. This was a very powerful conversation. And I think whether you want to look better, feel better, or perform better, this is the place for you to be, and we can help you out. So thanks so much for coming, everyone. Gee, you got any final words of wisdom to drop?
Not today, man. I might just encourage everybody to have a championship day.
Boom.
Let's see.